Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk's Bounty video. And this is going to be a pretty quick video today, just to give you some information on the latest wave, or the newest wave to come, of the vintage collection with all of their VC numbers. An account on Instagram called Toy Hideout has them in hand. He also has some of the exclusives that are coming up as well, and he also has the Clone Trooper 212th Battalion 4-pack, as well as the Retro Collection First 12 Part 2, if you like, the one with the VAC metalized C-3PO and R2-D2. But it's the vintage collection ones that I want to talk about the most, so I will leave a link in the description below to the Toy Hideout Instagram page. That is where you can find all the images, but I do have them in this video and we're going to go through them. So you can just see that overview image there of all the product that he has, but we're just going to go through them one by one. We're going to look at the card art, which we do have a new one that we've never seen before for Cassian Andor. And we're also going to look at the back of the cards as well, look at those VC numbers and see if there's anything interesting with future figures on the back of those cards. So, with all that being said, if you do happen to enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like down below. And also, if you wanted to pre-order this wave of vintage collection figures, the only place that I know of that you can do that is Entertainment Earth. So if you're in the US and you want to order them, I will leave a link in the description below. Ordering through that link does help out the channel. But as I say, that is the only place that I know of that you can order them at the moment, because you can order the whole wave. You can't order them individually, you have to order the whole case, basically, of 8 figures. Okay then, so let's go through them in order of VC number. So first of all, we have Cassian Andor Aldhani mission. He is VC 267. I'll show you the back of the card in a second, but I'm just taking a look at the front of this card, because I think this is the first time we have actually seen this card back. You can see there Cassian Andor in his disguise, looking pretty awesome. Blue name pill, blue panel behind the figure. And of course, we do know that the figure does have the wrong, inaccurate legs. But if you're a carded collector, you probably don't really care. And this one looks pretty awesome. But anyway, there's the back of the card, just to confirm, VC 267. Next up is VC 268. This is the Hunter from the Bad Batch card. We have seen this card image already, of course, when we had the press images. And there's the back of the card, VC 268. Nothing too extreme on the back of these cards. We've seen it all before. So we have the wave that we're currently talking about, and plus 3 figures from the previous wave. Next up, we have the Phase 2 Clone Trooper. And man, does this one look good. What a wave this is, in fact. Some really good figures in this wave. He is VC 269. You can see there on the back of the card. But it's the front of this card. I love the yellow. The Clone Trooper looks fantastic. And I really just cannot wait to get this one in hand and review him and compare him against the VC45, because in my mind, from what I can see, they've made massive improvements on this figure, and the Phase 2 Clone Trooper hopefully will end up being the definitive version. But card back collectors, carded collectors are going to absolutely love this one as well. Looks fantastic. Next up, we have VC270. This is the Admiral Piet in the wave. Another fantastic looking card. Brilliant figure from the original trilogy, and I'm really hoping that I do get this one in hand in time for Celebration, so I can take it and get it signed by Ken Coley, who is the actor that played Admiral Piet. But this one for me is another great one. Cannot wait for this one. And as I say, the whole wave for me is a really good wave. And actually, if I was going in order of numbers, I should have started with VC 100, which is the reissue of Starkiller. You can see pretty much the figure and card back is exactly the same as the original release. Obviously, the back of the card is different. You've got the figures from the wave and the 3 figures from the previous wave, just like the rest of the figures from the rest of the wave. Next up, we have Arc Commander Colt. So this is another one of those Arc Trooper sculpts that we've had plenty of now. This is another character from the Rancor Battalion that's going to go with Blitz and Havoc. Hopefully many of you have already got Havoc in hand, and hopefully we won't have to wait too long for Colt and Blitz. But this is Colt. He is VC 276, and as you can see on the back of his card, we have the Havoc and Colt, and then we have the Scout Trooper, and then that new wave. So yeah, I found that a bit strange that they didn't have Blitz on the back of that card, but never mind. So moving on next to VC 277, and it's not going to go in order, as Blitz is not next. This is the vintage comic art Boba Fett. And there you go, there's the image of that card back, looking awesome. This is definitely my favourite one of the two that we've got. And this is basically the cover for Star Wars 42, I think it was, which was Boba Fett's first appearance and Bossk's first appearance. You can see Bossk there, next to Dengar as well. And the back of that card, VC 277. And what's interesting about this card is that you have the Jabba's Goons, Hunter, and then we have the other Boba Fett, the Kenner-inspired Boba Fett, which Toy Hideout do not have. So I'm wondering when we're going to get that one. Then we have the other comic art Boba Fett, and then you can see there we've got Darth Vader from Return of the Jedi, and he is going to be in the next wave of Vintage Collection after the wave with Hunter and the clone and things like that. Next up is the Boba Fett comic art edition, so not the vintage version, and this one is VC 278. I'm not really too stressed about this one. I don't really like the Boba Fett logo that they've got going on there. This for me it isn't really, you know, Vintage Collection, but you know, I'll take it still. It's numbered, and that's the thing about these comic art ones, they are numbered, and he is VC 278. And as you can see, they're pretty much the same card back as the vintage comic art one, but there we've got the other Boba Fett there, so we've got all three Boba Fetts on the back of that particular card back. And the final carded figure to look at is Arc Commander Blitz. He looks pretty awesome on his card there with his yellow sort of flashes on his armour. Nice looking figure, this one, again using the Arc Trooper mould. I'm personally thinking this will probably be the last time we get these. We've had 9 now, I think. Arc Commander Blitz, and he is VC 282. And there you can see all 3 of them on the back of the card. You've got the Vader once again, and then the Jabba's Goons. Apart from that, as I mentioned, he does have the 212th Battalion Phase 2 Clone Trooper 4-pack, which I absolutely cannot wait for. And he does have the Retro Collection 6-pack, the final 6 of the first 12, which includes R2-D2, C-3PO, Ben Kenobi, and some other figures there as well. As I said, none of what you can see on the image here is pre-orderable at the moment. You can't order it, except for if you buy the case from Entertainment Earth of the, you know, the future wave of Vintage Collection, but we're not able to really order anything else. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed that news that we've got for the Vintage Collection, to take a closer look at some of the upcoming figures. If Toy Hideout has them in hand, then I expect us to get them in the next month or so, which would be good. As I said, I'm really hoping to get Piet before Celebration. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like down below if you have. Subscribe if you are new. Thanks to my Patreon supporters and channel members. As always, thank you for the extra support. It really does mean a lot. And we shall see you on the next one.